Hello everyone, good morning. It's Friday. I'm off for a 4-day weekend and this is my desk area. I got a nice view of the trees out here. Everything's kind of bare, you know, everything's sort of unplugged. You get the Apple Watch, but everything else is kind of put away because we are heading out to go camping. So I'll take you outside to show you the bike, but basically the deal is I want to do a week-long road trip either September or November of this year on the bike. So the plan is to load up the bike with everything I might need for a road trip and go up to northern Vermont for the weekend. Now my girlfriend, she works today. She's also going to northern Vermont in her Kia, and she has all the stuff that we usually bring with us, like the tables, the cutting board, the knives, the glassware, all the beer, the cooler full of food, grill, everything we need to cook. So she's got all that done. That's the car camping we usually do in the summertime. But bringing the bike up early, a day early, to set everything up myself that we'll be sleeping in and doing that kind of stuff is essential, because I want to do that myself, you know, into this year. And obviously I won't have her following behind me, but it'll just be me and my things going out on the road. So that's what's happening. So it's like 10 a.m. I'm going to go up to Burlington and then Burlington, Vermont, and then cut over to Danville, Vermont. Our friends have like 200 acres of woods up there, a little area for campsites right off the road, and then just many miles of trails that we can go out on. So I'll take all the gear off the bike and have a little fun out in the woods today or tonight or tomorrow or whatever. It's a Sunday, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's kind of this is a test run. So let's go check out the bike. We'll see how it's kind of configured. And here's the bike. We're ready to go out on an adventure, I hope. Brakes look good. I fell again yesterday, so I got some dirt in here. I fall quite often actually on this thing. Clean the windshield on the outside at least, with that cleaned up. The double tape mirrors are working really well. I like those. I also for the first time installed the GS bag, which came with the bike when I ordered it, and the fuel tank bag. So that should be pretty good. What I didn't get to is installing the replacement waterproof charging station here, which I will get to this weekend at some point. It just requires taking the mirror off and running the cable down under the seat of the battery. So our setup is pretty basic. We've got all three of these are full of gear, and then I've got my dry bag with my sort of blanket, sleeping bag stuff. What's not put on yet, well, two things. First is a tent is going to slide into here, under here, and then on top right here is my backpack, and I've got in here is my MacBook Pro, my iPad, GoPro, TomTom Bandit, and charging. I got two battery packs, walkie-talkies, because we'll go out in the woods a bit, and then on the bottom is my Canon SLR, and then basically just on top is a wrap that came with it to keep the water out. So that will go right on top here, kind of in this little nook here, and then I'll put the tent on when I get to my friend's house where the tent just arrived, and stick that in this little cubby here. I mean, this will peel back a little bit, but so yeah, that is the let's get a better view here. That's the setup for the weekend. And of course, it's not true motorcycle camping, because we do have the car with us, which we'll be taking all the rest of the gear, but it does allow me to test everything that I would do with it if I was on my own going solo. It's kind of funny, I don't really have much room left for me to sit on the bike, but this is kind of how I want to trek this gear, and I'll tweak it over the next couple of camping trips until I'm ready to do the week-long trip. All right, well, next video will probably be us doing things. Well, we just stopped at Hunger Mountain Co-op here in Montpelier, Vermont. I've done about 60 miles so far. Grabbed some beer. The Fig Bar. This has held up pretty well actually so far. No complaints. I thought for a minute that it was kind of getting sideways because the way the mirror shows here, but it looks like it's actually fine, holding on okay. So I'm just gonna get some Fig Bar and then get back on the road and put my beers away. All right, we made it to Burlington Beer Company. I'm gonna buy some beer for the weekend. All right, we made it. Made it to the Hill Farmstead. There's Billy over there helping park. So quite a ride, but we're here. Well, I made it to the property. Ain't much, but this is the area we kind of camp out. This area here, where the old trailers are. They don't work anymore or don't really hold any. They're junk. But we camped basically here. We'll fire over there and basically just go out on trails across the road all weekend. Bike did well. It's really hot. It's a well-built machine. What is not well built, this is the third bungee cord I've broken today. Pieces of crap, man. If you really rely on these things, they're pieces of crap. If anyone has a recommendation for the best bungee cords, when I grew up, we used to have bungee cords that were metal throughout the whole thing, and this is like some kind of rubber attached. It's some kind of rubber attached to like plastic. It's a piece of shit. So here we are. That's better. There we go. Yeah, it is beautiful up here. Let's see everything unloaded. Start building the tent. Hey, Porter. So I thought I would showcase just how amazing this thing is. Look at all the crap that I hauled up here today. What's that stuff? Hi, Porter. Heather's here now, so we have all of our proper gear for camping. I've tied the dog to the bike. I think this is probably appropriate. I don't know if this is really going to do any damage. It's around sort of the fork here, but it's not going in the suspension piece. And he's already wrapped himself around it.
Porter.
Great job, Porter.
Well, hello everyone. It's Adam here. This area might look a little familiar. That's because we are in Fairleigh, Vermont again. And we are almost home. Well, yeah, let's look at the TomTom here. We'll be home in, what time is it? We're at 12:47. It's 12 o'clock now. It's 47 minutes to get home. Figured I'd talk to myself for a little bit. I'm probably speeding like 4 miles. Oh well. Man, what a windy ride down Interstate 91 in Vermont. Very, very windy today. We got a little community flea market here. Very nice. Hello, everyone. Hi. Yeah, looks like crafts and other people's junk, like usual. So, yeah, let's talk about this weekend. I did not get any video of any trail riding. And the reason why is I did not ride on any trails. I rode a lot of Class 6 roads. I didn't want to bore you guys with Class 6 roads. I know I personally wouldn't want to watch anyone just riding on Class 6 roads, so I did not film any of those. So what I did do was spend a lot of time with friends, rode a lot on my bike on the Class 6 roads, and then, well, Class 4, 5, and 6 roads. It was fun though. Oh, it's so pretty. It was fun. I had a great time. We had a lot of great beers. Went to Hill Farmstead a couple times. Had lots of good food. Barbecued last night.
Real time.
Only because he's already.
Yeah. Fire. Oh, too much fire. Oh boy. Fire. Hi, Mike.
What's going on?
Hi.
I don't think he'll eat it.
Fire.
It's Sunday, so I'm heading home now. I figured I'll get home, put everything away. My roommates who I was camping with this weekend, that's how good of roommates we are, we go camping together. They were staying an extra day, so my girlfriend and I were thinking, well, we'll have the house to ourselves to watch some movies without the two dogs, you know, play fighting but making a lot of noise and without a lot of messes to clean up. We would just basically have the house to ourselves. So that was kind of the plan. So, leaving a day early. So what happened with the trails? Well, basically, I went out on the ATVs just to scope things out to see how it was looking out there. And that while the trails will eventually dry up, they were very wet, very, very muddy. So, my thought was I'll take all my gear off, which I did. All the luggage and crap was off the bike as soon as I got there, and including the bag and all the tanks and everything. And then I would take the mirrors off and possibly even the visor off, and then just go out on the trails with a helmet and gloves and have a little fun, and also record some GPX trails, GPX traces of the trails on my TomTom. That was the plan. Went on the ATV, Mud City. And the thing is my bike weighs about as much as those ATVs, but it's only 2 wheels instead of 4. And it just would have, I think what would have been the result is that we would have ended up just watching Adam fall over and then watching everyone help him pick up his bike. Man, my butt's starting to hurt. Oh, it's better. Just for a second. And then we'll be just watching watching Adam pick up his bike and then getting back on, going another 10, 20 feet and then falling again. So I decided it's not for me. So I did ride back in the woods a little bit, some areas that weren't really too beat down or burnt down or whatever you call it, run down. And then went to the lake a few times with the bike, rode around some back roads, but like stuff like this over here, things like that. But I didn't do any riding on undocumented trails, I guess is the best way to put it. Hey, it's still 35 miles an hour here. But it was a fun weekend, I gotta say. Sorry, I just covered my mouth, but my helmet's on. That was pretty funny. It's 150 now. It's still 35. Why is it 35 right now? I mean, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. Did I do this before though? Did I do in the previous MotoVlog on the same road to the same shit? I feel like I might have. Because if I didn't mention this last time, it's definitely absurd that I didn't. This would be something where the people of Thetford, New Hampshire, were just like, wow, we don't want people going more than 35 on this road. Man, I'm still speeding. So it was a good time. I had a really nice time this weekend. A lot of people were up there. Heather bought a new tent. It's gigantic. It's definitely not the tent that I would travel with. I think I have a video of it that I'll edit in here. Oh, a nice little stream there. It looks so nice right now. It's 78 degrees right here. And I'm in full gear. I know you guys can't see me, but I'm in full gear head to toe. Hot. Very, very hot. I don't even know how to cover my whole body with gear while still staying safe. It's still 35. What in the hell is going on here? I find it funny that all the kids basically are constantly waving at me. A little silly, but it's fun. Oh, what else happened this weekend? So, barbecue was great. We actually got a growlers of beer, of everything Hill Farms had on tap and just drink. I think we had 4 750s and 1 2-liter last night. We have 1 2-liter left to drink tomorrow night. And we Heather bought some champagne, but we didn't get to that. It's 30 here. Had marinated steak tips. Those were nice. Tomorrow, Heather and I are going to have a busy, oh, hello, little goats. A busy day. We are going to detail our cars. Well, I'm going to detail our cars. Her car is disgusting. I've asked her to buy an auto vacuum or shop vac or something with some auto accessory, things to clean up, her car with, because there's sand and dirt everywhere. And then I'm going to pressure wash and foam can her car for her. And just really get it cleaned up, because it looks terrible. And of course, to the bike, I don't know, you guys can't really see the outside of it. I cleaned this off before I left today, and my helmet visor off before I left today. But the bike is disgusting. There are bugs everywhere, and the undercarriage, because of all the dirt and mud and rocks and sticks that I was running over, just looks terrible. So tomorrow is detailing day of my bike or car, and if I have the time, I'll do my car. It needs some leather conditioner applied to the seats, and it's just covered in pollen and dust. It's not even that dirty. I mean, I think I've driven it to work one time since the last time I cleaned it. So it's not even that dirty. It's just covered in pollen. The non-Harley guys, man, it's killing me, guys. The non-Harley guys will wave. The Harley guys will not wave. Their beards flying in the wind. No fucking helmet. No fucks given. Let's just fucking ignore this guy, and let's continue all day. Oh man, Harley riders, assholes. I really don't get it. Someone tried to explain it to me, and the explanation was that anything but a Harley is not a motorcycle. It's a real bike. I mean, the state of New Hampshire says this is a real bike. I registered as a motorcycle. But it's like when it reminds me of the bullshit I dealt with in Florida. It's funny, I actually ranted at the same spot last time. It reminds me of the bullshit I dealt with in Florida, which is my family was a Chevrolet family, through and through. So they were 100% Chevrolet owners, didn't drive anything else. One Chevy truck would die, they'd replace it with another Chevy. And they'd make fun of Fords, and they would make fun of GMC, they'd make fun of every other truck you could think of. Toyota, don't even get started on Japanese trucks. I mean, those are, we don't even talk about Japanese trucks. So this is how my family would treat, that kind of, brand recognition thing. I mean, I use a Mac and an iPhone. I don't like using PCs, and I don't like using Android or a Windows Phone. I tried BlackBerry and wasn't a huge fan of it. But at the same time, that could be a cop. At the same time, I'm not going to, crap all over PCs and say they're terrible, It seems like a waste of time. So, the Harley guys, it seems like they, think, but there's no real motorcycles over Harley-Davidson, but, I mean, I'm sure they're good bikes, but they're expensive, and they're big, and they have lots of shiny stuff on them, and they just seem to me like they're not going to meet my needs. I don't know what to say. It seems like just a little ridiculous to me. I don't know. I wave at every one of them, and I'm going to keep doing it. It makes me sad to not get a reciprocating wave, but I'm going to keep doing it because I feel like we're all on motorcycles. We're in this together. We're each taking a risk. We're each on bikes. We're each kind of taking a non-conventional means of transportation. Usually we're on a bike optionally. They're not very practical. So let's all be nice to each other. I don't know if that's a cop or not. I can't tell. I'm not going to speed. It's 40 here. I'm going 45. I don't know. The weekend came to a close, almost. I got tomorrow off too with detailing. But overall, my thoughts are that I had to give thumbs up. When I see a VW rider, like an MK1, MK2, even an old cabriolet that's lowered to the ground with a really nice look, even though that one was not professionally detailed or professionally modified, I got to give them a thumbs up. They don't always see me, but, got to give them a thumbs up, the guys that are real drivers. Anytime, this is like back to what I was saying, anytime guys are real drivers, they're on the road, they love their car, they put time and money into it beyond what the manufacturer put into it, they appreciate the car for it being a car, not just because it's a mode of transportation. They don't appreciate it because it started up today, I guess I'll go to work and not put oil in it and, be a dick. But they actually love their vehicle. It doesn't matter if it's a VW or not, I'll still give them a thumbs up. I was passing a couple yesterday in an old Ford, really old, one of those old crank start Fords. Sweet old couple, gave them a thumbs up. I passed a BMW earlier, a bright red BMW. It looked like an M2 or an M1 from way back in the day, I'd say early 80s. Still waved. I give him a thumbs up, he gave a thumbs up back. And those guys, it's interesting because those guys are looking at you because they want to see what you're driving. And you're looking at them and it's just a mutual respect and admiration. And I don't see that in most car owners. And you don't see that in motorcycle drivers unless they're on, you know, on everything but a Harley. All right, so back to my weekend summary. I had a nice time though. I was really, you know, I enjoyed the going up there by myself a day early and just sort of chilling out and loading my bike up with gear. The bike performed really well. It certainly was heavy. I could tell the difference when I was in my element of riding, and how, you know, this kind of motion here, it felt a little bit heavier. Oh, and also yesterday, Heather got on my bike with me. I'll post some pictures. I'll try to remember to post them like whoop, here. Heather got on the bike. We just did stuff around the yard. We didn't do anything crazy. I was basically told her, because she's only been on a bike once. It was a super sport bike, and the guy was hauling ass around Lyme, New Hampshire, doing like 60 or 70 miles an hour in a 20 mile an hour zone, and scared the crap out of her. And she was 10 years old, and she hadn't been on a bike since then. So I took her on the bike off-road. She didn't wear protective gear, but I told her we're not going to do anything extreme. We're just going, 10 miles an hour. And she got to experience it. She said she really liked it a lot. So I'm not ready, obviously, to take her with me on any trips yet. Maybe, on road. I think she can't drive this bike because she's too short. So it will be, a solo endeavor for the next few months. Maybe she'll take me. Maybe I'll take her to the, on the back roads to Plymouth for a sub sandwich or something and come home. We'll do like little 10 mile stints once she has full gear. She's looking at some gear. It's really expensive, so she's, thinking about that too. But, I told her if she gets all the gear, I'll buy her an intercom system so we can chat on the road, and that'll be my contribution to her setup. But I think it went well. The pictures that were taken of Heather and I, she and I were both seemed like we were having a good time, and I think I was pretty happy that she was able to hop on and get the courage to do that. It was pretty safe. We didn't have anything happen, obviously. We just sort of went on some turns. I did tell her though before we started, this is a tip for anyone that's gonna hasn't ridden two up and is planning on it. And it's something that was told to me, and it definitely worked. Which is tell your passenger to trust you when you're moving this way. If they move the opposite way, or if they try to move with you and actually like move into it with you with their body separately, it's going to be either not enough turn, so I'll miss this turn and I'll go outside, or it'll be too much turn and I'll go inside. And she definitely held on. I basically said, hold on to me tight and just, feel it and move with me. And she did. And we took some pretty tight turns at low speeds, and I was able to do my normal maneuvering without falling over. And I'm really thankful that she took my advice there. And she said it felt totally natural. I did appreciate something I didn't really notice before, is that she actually sits higher than me. So she sits above me so she can see over my head, which I thought was really interesting. Also kind of stuff I'm going to learn about with her as I take her on more trips. So I think that concludes it for now. We're going to drive past this old Blue Beetle here with aftermarket wheels and appreciate it for a second, and then we'll get off and I'll turn the camera off. For sale. Anyone want a Blue Beetle? And my butt's starting to hurt. Well, that concludes today's video. Thank you for watching.
So right off the road here, I found this waterfall. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And this thing's only like 18 miles from my house. I'm really living the adventure lifestyle, guys. Yeah, look at this. It's beautiful. There's a family over there having a little picnic. The water tasted great, not this water, but the water over there tasted really, really, really good. Yeah. I saw a couple of adventure bikes that I turned around in here and waved at them. They're always the mid to late 50s white guys on these things. But yeah, it was pretty nice. Managed to make it around here and park for a second. Yeah, it's actually surprisingly cool here. I guess the waterfall's helping cool the air a bit more. Well, I'm close to home, so let's get back to it.